Hi, guys. I'm Aaliyah Brown, and welcome back to this week's episode of What's Your Story? This week, we have a dear friend from my college. Shout out to WVU. He's a rapper, a musician, an artist, the whole nine, and he's reigning all the way from New Jersey. So let's give it up for Brother Ash.
Thank you, Aaliyah, for having me on the show. Definitely good to see you again. Going back to W and all of that. I'm honored to be here.
Yes, thank you so much for doing this. I'm excited. I appreciate it. You're like one of the first people I'm interviewing that I actually know. So
Word. That's what's up.
So we're just gonna jump right in and start from the top. What is Brother Ash's story?
All right. So I guess I kind of been involved with music my whole life. I grew up in a music family. I started playing drums in the church. What kind of led me to start rapping was, I guess, my spoken word. I would write poetry. I started writing like a lot in high school, and then that just spilled over into college. I would do like different open mic events, stuff like that. And then one day I just figured, I just give it a shot because I had the music background, I had the ability to write and tell stories. So I just was curious to see what I could do in the studio in that type of environment. And I just hit up one of my mentors, Eric Jordan. He had like a home studio. I just said, yo, Mr. Eric, I just want to come through one day. He was like, all right, cool. So I came through, and ever since then, I just been itching to get to a studio. You know what I'm saying? I can't stop. So
that's what they say. Once you step on and hear yourself over, everything is like a drug.
Yeah. It's fun for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something I truly do enjoy. It's just, music allows me to, tell stories and allows me to express myself. It's therapeutic in many ways. Sometimes every time I go in the studio, I'm not recording a single. I'm just honestly expressing myself. So,
yeah. And so what point did you kind of reach out to Eric to do this? Was this like recently? Because I kind of feel like you cut the dreads and became a rapper.
Yeah. So actually, I technically started my rap career with the dreads.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it was about maybe 3 years ago. I was having some trouble in school. I didn't finish at WU, unfortunately. But, it was just like a weird point in my life. It was a lot of, like fogginess, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I just wasn't certain on a lot of things. I needed clarity. And, I just kind of just reached out to him, because I think I was actually getting ready for like a spoken word event. I had kind of became more focused on my craft of writing and, and performing than anything else I had going on in my life. You feel me? So like, I just hit him up, and, he was more than happy to have me. And, he kind of just, gave me like the assurance that I had a future in this. He told me that, my very first time recording, it was something that would like sounded like I've been here numerous times. You know what I'm saying? He's worked with plenty of people and stuff. So that meant a lot for him to give me that encouragement.
So you were saying that the spoken word is kind of transitions you into what you're doing now. So how's like the flow of everything going? Like, do you think it's kind of like picking up pace, or like your transition from just kind of like writing from pen to paper to where you are now with releasing music and stuff?
It's just a journey, honestly, Aaliyah. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I first started rapping, my main focus was just getting in the booth. You know what I'm saying? And becoming efficient in the booth and learning how to record without, a lot of mishaps, and how to not, get down on yourself, stuff like that. All about delivery, enunciation, all the technicalities of recording that you don't even really think about as a consumer. You know what I'm saying? As an artist, though, these things take time. So eventually I got to that point that I'm like, all right, let me start putting stuff on SoundCloud. You know what I'm saying? And then SoundCloud, you learn there's other ways to get your music on platforms you can actually get paid from it. So, you know what I'm saying? I looked into that, started getting my music on, different platforms. Since I actually started rapping, like, I have an EP. I just dropped a mixtape that I actually produced myself as well. I got about maybe 7 to 8 singles and, collaborations with other artists. So my catalog is getting up there. But the only thing that like pushes me to the next level of dropping more music or innovating my sound is just being a student of the game, I guess, and just having the thirst to, just continue to better myself as an artist.
And it's all a learning process.
It's all a learning process. A learning process.
And so I kind of wanted to talk about some of your projects that you have out, if there are any you want to talk about in particular, or kind of talk a little bit about this new mixtape that you have. Is this your first mixtape out?
Yeah, it's my first mixtape. Yeah, my first mixtape. Yeah, so it's on SoundCloud because all the beats are beats that are like already used by popping artists. Like I got Davies beats on there, Drake beats,
Yeah.
Pop Smoke, God rest his soul. The mixtape, I just kind of wanted to put out a project that my followers would truly enjoy, kind of like something nostalgic because we grew up in the era of mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? Lil Wayne taking the tightest songs in the industry and redoing them himself. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of want to do something like that for my fans. And what inspired me to just produce it myself was, I'm also like a producer. I own my own record label, so I like to expand myself. I don't just want to be a rapper and marginalize myself. So I wanted to push myself to do this. So I did the mixtape, and I like it. I kind of just wanted this to be like my coming out party. I know I have music before, but this was the biggest project I dropped as a complete, body of work. So I just wanted people to know like how I was coming, how confident I am in my bars, and how confident I am in my future success. So like my EP I dropped last year was called Millennial Love. That was actually my first debut project.
Yeah.
And I dropped it on Apple Music because it was something I would get royalties from and stuff like that. Yeah, it was just like a story of, a love story of millennials and how what we look forward to in relationships compared to our predecessors, and just the different, like, I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just the different behaviors of,
our age.
Yeah, like I feel like we have a complex love story, us millennials. So like, I just wanted to speak on that and kind of just talk about some of the factors we deal with, like having to deal with social media influence and, stuff like that, and going through breakups and getting back together, all of this stuff. So that project is still something I'm very, very proud of. But even from then, dropping that last year, I can see the growth in my projects that I'm dropping this year. So
that's good. And so you talked about having your own label.
Yeah.
So can you talk to me a little bit about that? And that also kind of goes into another question I have about like the strides that you're taking currently within being a musician and stuff. So can you put those two together?
Yeah. So they really go hand in hand for real. The reason why I started my own label, I got it off the ground officially and got the LLC January of this year. I never really wanted to be a puppet for a record label.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I first started rapping, I just was recording and putting out music, hoping somebody would notice I'm good. But when I came back home, actually somebody who I drew a lot of motivation from was from West Virginia. TK Blockstar. She's an artist from West Virginia who grew up in Fairmont. Yeah. And she, she kind of just does a lot with her community. She's independent. She started her own record label out there, Blockstar Entertainment. So she was somebody that really influenced me to want to go in this direction, just because I want to build my platform. I want to control the music I make. I want to control my impact on my community, you know what I'm saying? And I want to truly leave a legacy for, my kids and my family. I don't want to just be another rapper that got a nice deal, got a little bonus and spend it all, in a matter of years, and he has nothing for show for it. You know what I'm saying? I want to build something that I can pass on. I want to build something that can, sustain itself. As far as the strides I'm taking with the label and as an artist, it's just, like I said, it's always just being humble enough to know that you can be better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm proud of all the work I made and every, different flow I came up with, all of that. I'm super proud of it. The fact that I started my business this year and everything I've been able to achieve. But I know that I have to be better. You know what I'm saying? And now that mentality, that attitude kind of just helps me make those strides. And sometimes I don't even notice it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I counted yesterday, like, I was like, dang, bro, like all the music you dropped, I almost got like 30 songs. Like, and I've been rapping for like about 3 years now. And I have 30 songs that people could go and say, hey, this is Josh's music. And you would listen to, that much music. And it kind of impressed me because I don't really take the time to smell the flowers. I just keep moving and keep moving. So just a couple of strides we made this year, me and my team, we're constantly trying to build. My biggest thing is organization. I need an organization stride right now.
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably my biggest flaw. Just keeping everything in front of me and, planning and stuff like that. But it's just something that I'm, working on myself and teaching myself day by day. So
cool. What's the name of your label?
Maplewick Records, like Maplewick. Yeah, that's the street I grew up on. So like I said, I want to be a part of my community. I just don't want to be, another dude coming back with money. I want to actually give back and be involved. So I thought naming it after my, home street would be perfect.
Okay, I kind of want to talk a little bit about your name, Brother Ash, and kind of how is this like a poet? I feel like it kind of flows poetically, or anything
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, it does. It has a lot of meanings for real. I said meanings, a lot of meanings, I guess. I guess just the term brother I've heard throughout my whole life. You know how it is growing up in the Black community, like
Yeah.
brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? My brother, my brother, my brother. And you hear it so much. And also being in a fraternity, like we sometimes play around with each other, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? We trying to be formal. I'll be like, Brother Harris, you my LBs and all of that. So like, people would call me Brother Ash, some of my frat brothers, before I started rapping, and I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But even like as I was spitting my poetry, and what I want my music to do to people, I want my music to truly change people and motivate people, you know what I'm saying, to lift people up, make them feel comfortable. Like I want people to feel a certain comforting, warm, motivating feeling when they hear my voice come on the track. And when I think of somebody who does that, it's like a brother, you know what I'm saying? Like when you have a brother, somebody that's going to hold you down, motivate you and, pull you through situations. That's how I think of myself. You know what I'm saying? I love all of my friends and family, just the family vibe, everything about that. I'm a family man. So just calling myself Brother Ash is just kind of like a testament to my personality, I guess, because I just like to be like a brother to people that I love.
Yeah. Speaking of family, do we have any tracks coming with Sissy Camille?
Yo, right now I actually don't. Kamel has been super busy, in her career too. She doesn't pursue music as
She
actively
can
as I
sing
do.
it.
She should be. She knows that. She knows that. But I support her in what she does. She's more into the politics and
Yeah.
stuff like that, working on campaigns. She actually had a chance to work on Kamala's campaign before she, started her vice presidency race. So she's doing good. I definitely want to get Kamel on the next Millennial Love. Kamel's just super talented in the booth. You know what I'm saying? I really don't think she knows. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? She's worked with a lot of people, singing in gospel choirs. Like I said, my whole family is musically inclined. So
Yeah.
I wish I could tell you when the next song was, but I hope it's soon.
Where is Camille? I think you have one with her on there.
Yeah.
One single, but I'm like, we
Yeah.
need more Camille.
Yeah. For real though. Tell her, hey, DM her right now. Tell her it's not just me.
Girl. Okay, speaking of collabs, do you have any future things with Mr. Kappa Chris Allen?
Oh, you know what? That's another. Kamel and Chris are in the same boat. Chris, though, I feel like our roadblock that's stopping this amazing feature from happening
Yes.
is just the distance. You know what I'm saying?
Because he's in DC, right?
He's in DC. He does come up to Jersey sometimes, but it seems like the last few times I've been here and he's been there or whatever, like I've been out of town while he's in Jersey. But I talk to Chris often, you know what I'm saying? We actually, fun story, referring to him as a rapper, but one of his beats is probably going to be, well, it's going to be on like my new EP that I'm working on for the end of this year, maybe like early next year, depending on how much we get done. But
Okay.
he started producing too, and he sent me a beat one day, and it just clicked with something. So he's going to be featuring on my next project one way or another. Okay. So if we can't get the verse, we got the beat. But I'm going to try to get the verse too.
The beat is a start.
Yeah. But both are coming soon. I promise you, there got to be a Brother Ash, Chris Allen song before the end of 2021.
For sure.
I can say that.
Okay, great. And so that kind of leads me to my next question of any future things you have kind of in the works, things that people can look forward to from you.
I guess I kind of just mentioned the next EP I'm working on. I want to have like maybe an 8 to 9 song EP. Okay. And I really want this to be a full body of work. The mixtape was good, but it was other people's beats. You know what I'm saying? It was some of the songs I had written over a year ago. Mm-hmm. With this next project, it's truly going to be just a collaboration of more creatives. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been networking and I have different friends that make beats and just different inputs and, you know what I'm saying? And just all type of different, like just communications from different creative people on this next project. So I can't wait for it. I still don't have a name for it yet. I've been flirting with a few names, but I don't want to drop any and then end up switching it up because I do that all the time. But other than that, as far as any business projects coming up, I'm definitely trying to find more ways to just get more involved with the community, like in this whole crisis we have going on. So I'm probably going to be reaching out to some people, see if we could do something for the kids, or, you know, things coming up for the holidays, maybe a coat drive or something like that. But as of right now, it's just the EP and just more community work.
Okay, cool. Well, that sounds great. I think that's pretty much all that I have question wise. Is there anything else you want to add or anything you want to say that I didn't get to?
I think you got it all for real.
Cool.
People watching just want to follow me on all of my platforms. You can follow me on Instagram at Brotha_Ash. It's spelled just like it sounds, BROTHA_ASH. And you can follow Maplewood Records at MPLWCK.
All righty. Well, all right. I think that's all we have for this week's episode of What's Your Story with Brother
All right.
Ash. I want to thank you
Thank
guys
you so
so
much
much for tuning in, and we hope to see you next week.